Hi everyone, I have a lot to tell you, so I thought I would just send you like a little video and then follow up in a newsletter to send you everything in writing. So first off, I just want to apologize for missing the newsletter the past couple weeks. I was traveling and I realized I told some of you over the phone that I wouldn't be available, but I didn't send out like a mass email. So I'm really sorry about that. It was a rookie move and I've had like a pit in my stomach about it for a week. So I'm really sorry. I'll remember that next time. So I moved from California to Boston, and then in between time, I was doing a little bit of traveling. I spent time in Costa Rica with Startup Island, and then I went to the UN Summit in Denver. Startup Island was absolutely incredible. I highly recommend it, or any of their events. I will definitely be going next year, and I'm also working with Delaware to form a partnership with Startup Island. So they're actually partially funding our students to go to Startup Island. And I want it to be a part of our entrepreneurship club. So I'm hoping we're going to be doing fundraising this year. And I just think it should be like an integral part of our program. And I wanted to share that with you guys because I really hope you're able to make it too. There's so much value in it. I can't say enough about it. I had so much fun and I walked away with a lot of clarity too, which I'll share with you. The next thing was the UN Summit. So very similar thing. It was incredible to get the 1Drive members together. And big thanks to Marshall for making that happen. We had great speaking opportunities for our members, incredible networking, and the conference, we got a lot out of it. And then also my favorite part was afterwards the 1Drive members going out to dinner or hanging out with the students at University of Denver and just kind of sharing and connecting. And I met somebody from the Kauffman Foundation who is in ecosystem building. He was extremely interested with what we're building with 1Drive, so I actually sent them a pitch the week after for a potential partnership. I'm hoping they can help us with event access and kind of some mentorship on the ecosystem building, and then maybe later on in the future when we're a little bit more developed, they could help with sponsorship for events or things like that. I also wanted to share with you guys, so I have two kind of points of clarity that these events kind of helped me with. The one is there are some areas where I need help. So with the Slack engagement, I've heard wonderful things from people who are involved with other Slack groups. And I think we can do that too. It's just very early, and I don't think it's my expertise to be like creating that online engagement. So if anybody has experience doing that or they think they can, I would love to have your help on it. And I would appreciate any engagement that you guys have. Otherwise, I'm just going to be posting content or asking you guys questions, feedback, facilitating introductions, and seeing what happens there and seeing kind of where it goes. The next kind of piece of clarity that I got was just like the vision of 1Drive. So as you guys know, I kind of started this as a passion project, and I wanted to somehow facilitate the connection between the entrepreneurial communities across universities, but I didn't know how. I didn't know what we were doing. I just knew I wanted it to happen. But now I'm just kind of getting some clarity around how we can really do that. And I wanted to run this idea by you guys. So I'm thinking about 1Drive being not just connecting the entrepreneurship communities that already exist, but also working together to build the entrepreneurship communities that are very early stage or non-existent, but want to grow. And how I envision that happening is maybe a few of us traveling over a weekend to a university that's looking to set up their student entrepreneurship community. We can give an info session, maybe some workshops or mentoring, and then also spend the weekend together doing fun stuff and getting to know each other better, sharing ideas in our clubs and our careers and projects and anything. Mostly just my goal is to help everybody become friends and have really strong, long-lasting relationships, and I really want to make that happen. So if you guys like that idea, I would love to have you just like text me back or whatever's easiest. So if you want to do that as a project, we've talked about how we want to do something together, and if you like that idea, please let me know, because my next steps would be reaching out to universities that want to start those communities and just arranging that, starting those trips. What else did I want to tell you guys? So the next thing is we've talked about the 3 ways that we want to connect are like Slack, Masterminds group, and then the travel and events. I've talked to you a little bit about the Slack, and then as far as the Masterminds group, I'm not sure I'm completely sold on that right now, and maybe I didn't give it enough time, but I think what I want to do right now is kind of just take a step back and facilitate some one-to-one connections. I think that I've had the strongest relationships and built the strongest friendships with each of you just from like getting on the phone a couple times or texting, and in that way we really figure out how we can help each other. So I'm going to start doing that. If anybody has any if anybody wants to like opt out of those one-to-one introductions, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go ahead and you guys can kind of like arrange the calls when it works for you. And then the last thing is the event. So I just talked to Josh and Brian today, and we're going to be collaborating for the Entrepreneurial Weekend in June. So it's June 9th to 11th. It's $325 a person. And we're looking to get the Entrepreneurship Club exec boards. And I'm really, really, really excited. This will be like our second 1Drive event. As many people as we can get there, even just a few show up, that's extremely valuable to me because these events, the students are getting so much out of, and I hope you guys are able to make it. I'll send more information in the newsletter. The other couple things we can do is I'm thinking about having a conference or a retreat in the fall. And another idea I'm throwing around is we met an entrepreneur in Denver who was really interested in the 1Drive members, and offered to have us come like out to his place to like hike and fish and kayak and do all this fun stuff. And I thought that would be like a really cool model. This guy had taken REI from like 7 stores to 193 stores. He was kind of like, it's not like he's like a famous person, but he was an incredible entrepreneur. You can talk to some of the people, Sam or Aiden or Nicole, some of the 1Drive members that went, but we had this crazy experience in Denver in his store. So I thought that would be a really cool model if entrepreneurs are interested in kind of like sponsoring us for a weekend, having a few of the members kind of spend some time with founders and do really cool stuff. Again, just like connecting, sharing ideas, building these friendships. So I'd love to get your guys' feedback on any of these ideas, and also just thank you for supporting me through this and always being super open with your communication and telling me what you guys want and how I can help you and what I can do better. I'm really, really excited about where 1Drive is going because I feel like I have something to execute against now. And I'll send you guys the pitch deck that I sent Kaufman when I send the newsletter this weekend so that you guys can kind of like see. I think it'll help when you guys read it. It'll help solidify what 1Drive is and what we want to do, which wasn't necessarily clear to me or any of us before. So yeah, thank you again. I hope the end of your semesters are wrapping up super well. Definitely let me know if you need anything. I love you guys a lot and hope to talk to you soon. Bye.